Chosen one, take a deep breath and pause for a moment. In this very instant, when everything around you may seem overwhelming, heaven has hushed the noise just for you. This is no coincidence. The words you are about to hear were not randomly placed in front of you. They were divinely orchestrated. In the midst of all the chaos and distractions that fill your world, heaven has set aside this quiet time for you to listen, to hear the message that has been waiting for you. God sees you in the silence, in the moments when you feel unseen by the world. He knows your heart, and He has been watching over you all along, even when you felt invisible. The truth is, the world may not have noticed your quiet victories, but heaven has kept careful record of every one of them. Every time you stood strong in the face of adversity, every tear you wiped away in solitude, every moment of silent perseverance has been seen and valued by God. You may have thought that your struggles went unnoticed, but the truth is that heaven was always present, taking note of your every step. Those quiet moments you thought were filled with abandonment were actually filled with preparation. It's easy to think that when things are still, when progress seems slow, or when results are invisible, we are being ignored or left behind. But what if I told you that these moments were not signs of rejection or delay? What if I told you that the quiet was God's classroom? He has been shaping you in these silent, hidden seasons, crafting your strength in ways you may not yet understand. When you felt alone, when your prayers seemed to vanish into the air without an answer, that was not a sign that God had abandoned you. No, that was the time when He was refining you, building your character, teaching you to walk by faith, not by sight. The seasons that felt empty were actually the ones where God was doing His most profound work in you. You were being prepared, strengthened, and transformed in ways that will soon become clear. You have been in a process, and it has not been without purpose. God was never distant during those times of silence. He was near, quietly working to prepare you for what lies ahead. Now, as you reflect on those moments, I want you to know that God is not proud of you for your perfection. He is proud of you for your perseverance. Heaven celebrates the unwavering faith you have shown when circumstances tried to break you, when you felt like giving up, and when the path seemed uncertain. It is not the moments of victory that make you stand out to God, but the moments when you chose to keep going despite the challenges. You have kept walking, even when the road was dark, even when your steps felt heavy, and even when the promise seemed far away. In those quiet moments, you have shown more strength than you could have imagined. You chose to keep showing up, to keep believing, to keep loving, even when you didn't feel like it. This perseverance, this steadfastness is what makes heaven proud of you. It is not perfection that earns divine approval, it is perseverance. God has been watching, not just for the big moments of triumph, but for every quiet step of faith, every small act of obedience, every moment you chose to trust when it would have been easier to doubt. Heaven is watching you not with a critical eye, but with a heart full of pride and love for the journey you've been on. The silent victories you have achieved are just as valuable, if not more, than the ones the world celebrates. And it is in these moments of silence, of unseen obedience, that God's deepest work is done. So, chosen one, hear this: God is not waiting for you to be perfect before He declares His pride in you. He is proud of who you are becoming because of the perseverance you've shown, because of the strength you've built, and because you've continued to trust Him when no one else was watching. The silence you experienced, the quiet moments of doubt, and the times you felt like giving up, these were not wasted. They were sacred spaces where God was shaping you into the person He always knew you could be. Heaven has been cheering for you from the unseen realm, proud of your resilience, proud of your obedience, and proud of the faith you have carried through every season. Your journey is not just about the destination, but about the transformation that has taken place in the hidden places. You have been walking a path that was designed just for you, and God is proud of the steps you've taken, the endurance you've shown, and the person you are becoming. Keep walking, chosen one. Keep trusting, keep believing, and know that heaven is proud of every quiet step of faith you have taken. The silence you've experienced, beloved, was never rejection, but rather a sacred protective space where God shaped you. Earthly perceptions often view silence as abandonment, times when God seems distant, quiet, or even uninterested. Yet the truth is far from that. Silence is not absence. It is often a divine period of preparation, a time when God shields you, guards your heart, and sets you aside for something greater. While the world rushes to make noise to be seen and heard, God uses silence as a tool for refinement. You may have questioned why the world didn't recognize your struggles, why your victories went unnoticed, or why your prayers seemed unheard, but all the while heaven was working in the background, preparing you for what was to come. You were not hidden because you were abandoned. You were hidden because you were being protected, cultivated, and shaped. In this sacred space, God was at work weaving your faith, your strength, and your perseverance into something unbreakable. Every tear you shed in the quiet, every prayer whispered in the stillness, every silent moment where you felt alone was actually a moment where God was doing the deep inner work. What the world saw as stillness was God's preparation for a breakthrough, and the space you thought was barren was in fact a garden for growth. In this silence, you learn to trust in ways that cannot be explained in the noise of life. Trust is not developed in the easy moments when things are flowing and visible. Trust is cultivated in the quiet places when nothing seems to be happening, when you are left with nothing but the bare essentials, your faith and your belief. In the noise, trust is often confused with convenience, but in the quiet, trust becomes a deeper, more rooted strength. It is in these moments of stillness, when you couldn't see the plan unfolding, that your trust was being built. What seemed like a delay was not a delay at all. It was divine precision at work. What felt like a pause was actually a setup. God was orchestrating things behind the scenes, aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities in ways you couldn't understand, but in ways that were perfectly timed for your life. The quietness wasn't emptiness. It was God's careful planning, His divine choreography. Each moment you spent waiting, each time you wondered if things would ever change, was actually the most precious time of all. It was in these moments that you were learning to listen, to hear God's voice without the distractions of the world. The quiet cultivated in you a deeper sense of patience, a greater reliance on His timing, and an inner strength that could not be shaken by the noise of life. During the silence, beloved, God was refining you even when you couldn't see it yourself. The process of refinement is often unseen, hidden beneath the surface, working on the inside before it can ever be visible on the outside. While others may have looked at your situation and assumed nothing was happening, heaven was quietly shaping your heart, your spirit, and your mind. You were being refined spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, layer by layer, piece by piece. The waiting period was not wasted. It was a sacred time of divine shaping. You were growing stronger even when you didn't feel it. Your spirit was being strengthened through the process of enduring in the unseen moments. Your emotional resilience was being developed in the quiet, in the times when you wanted to give up but chose to keep going. Mentally, you were being sharpened, learning patience, discipline, and the power of trusting God's plan even when you couldn't see it clearly. What you may not have realized is that in the silence, God was crafting your destiny. The quiet was the training ground where you were being prepared to handle the blessings and responsibilities that would come with your calling. It was in these moments of hidden growth that you were being refined like gold in the fire. God was stripping away the distractions, the false comforts, and the things that could have hindered your path, leaving only the purest parts of you that were ready for the next season. The waiting, though hard, was part of the process of building something unshakable inside of you. Every moment of stillness, every prayer that seemed unanswered was actually God working deep within your soul, fortifying you for the challenges ahead. This sacred period of silence is where God was shaping your faith. Faith is not built in the moments of success. It is forged in the moments of uncertainty when you are left with nothing but your belief in God's promises. The silence was where you learned to trust Him more deeply, to rely on His timing and His wisdom rather than your own understanding. You were being equipped with the kind of faith that is unshakable, the kind of faith that stands firm in the face of opposition, the kind of faith that doesn't waver when the storms come. And while you may have thought that nothing was happening, during these times of quiet, heaven was marking every moment, every act of obedience, every time you chose to trust when it would have been easier to doubt. This faith forged in the silence is the foundation for everything that is about to unfold in your life. You are not the same person you were before the silence. That period of waiting, that season of hidden growth has transformed you. It has deepened your relationship with God and has made you stronger, more resilient, and more capable of walking in the fullness of your purpose. The silence was not a time of absence. It was a time of preparation. It was the season where God was building in you a foundation of faith, trust, and perseverance that would carry you through the challenges that lie ahead. You were never forgotten, chosen one. You were being prepared. Every step of the way, God has been guiding you even when you couldn't see it. And now, as the silence begins to fade, as the noise of the world begins to return, you will begin to see the fruit of what God has been doing in you. You are about to step into a season where the work that was done in the quiet will be revealed, and the strength you have gained in the silence will carry you through the next chapter of your journey. Keep trusting, keep walking, and know that every moment of silence was for your good. In the journey of the chosen one, obedience in the quiet moments speaks louder to God than any visible success. The world tends to measure progress by accolades, achievements, and public recognition, but heaven sees things differently. To God, it is not about the applause or the grand accomplishments. It is about your willingness to obey when no one else is watching. Your obedience in those hidden moments, in the times when you felt unseen or unnoticed, is what truly pleases Him. When the path ahead seemed unclear, when doubts clouded your mind, and when the promise felt like a distant dream, you chose to walk forward in faith, trusting in God's plan despite the uncertainty. That is the obedience that God values the most. It wasn't the perfection or the immediate fruits of your labor that He looked at. It was your heart, your willingness to obey, even when the results weren't immediately visible. Heaven doesn't measure success by worldly standards, but by your consistency, your commitment, and your willingness to say yes, even when it was hard. Every act of obedience, no matter how small, no matter how quiet, has been recorded in heaven. Those moments when you could have given up, when you felt like throwing in the towel, but instead you chose to keep going. Those are the moments that have made God proud. Your quiet obedience in the face of uncertainty is a testimony to your faith. Heaven sees you even when no one else does. And in the silence, in those times of waiting, God has been shaping you into the person He always intended for you to be. Through every challenge and every hardship, you have been building resilience. It is in the moments of difficulty, in the times when the weight of the world felt unbearable, that you have grown stronger. Resilience is not born in comfort, but in resistance. It's forged in the fire, tested by trials, and tempered through perseverance. Every time you chose to stand firm, even when everything seemed to fall apart around you, you were strengthening your spiritual muscles. It is easy to stand when things are going well, but real strength is built when the storms come, when the winds howl, and when the seas seem unsteady. You have endured through the storms not because you had all the answers, but because you trusted that God was with you in the midst of it all. Each obstacle, each challenge has contributed to your growth. The times when your heart trembled with fear, when the road ahead seemed too long, and when the path was obscured by shadows, you chose to keep walking in faith. That decision over and over again, to keep moving forward, to keep trusting when everything else was uncertain, is what has made you resilient. Your strength comes not from avoiding hardship, but from facing it head-on with unwavering trust in God. You have been tested, chosen one, and with each test you have emerged stronger. Your resilience is proof that your faith is unshakable. It is a deep-rooted strength that doesn't come from circumstances, but from the trust you have in God's unchanging nature. You've learned that true resilience isn't about avoiding the storm, but about standing firm in the middle of it, knowing that God will see you through. Every moment of obedience, no matter how small it seemed, has been an investment into your divine destiny. You may not have always seen it, but with each step of faith, with every prayer whispered in trust, God has been shaping your future. These moments weren't about quick success or instant recognition. They were about building a foundation that would support the destiny God has planned for you. The world may chase after quick results, but God is patient. He is not in a rush, and neither should you be. Each small act of obedience, each moment when you chose faith over fear, has been like a brick in the foundation of your destiny. These moments were not wasted. Heaven was taking note of every prayer, every act of service, every decision to trust, and every time you chose to walk in faith, even when the path was unclear. It is in these small, often unnoticed moments that God was laying the groundwork for something much bigger than you can see right now. The world may not recognize your quiet obedience, but heaven has been preparing you for a purpose far greater than any immediate success. The true treasure of these moments lies not in the immediate rewards, but in the divine shaping that is taking place within you. You are becoming the person God always intended you to be, and each step of obedience is part of the process that will lead you to that future. Your divine destiny is being crafted in the unseen moments, in the hidden acts of obedience, and in the perseverance you have shown through every season. It is important to understand that the process you've gone through was never meant to be rushed. God is not in the business of quick fixes. He is in the business of long-term transformation. You have been in a season of divine investment where every challenge, every quiet act of obedience, and every moment of trust has been preparing you for the next phase of your life. God was not just shaping your circumstances, He was shaping your character, building your strength, and refining your faith. The world may measure success by how quickly you achieve things, but God's timing is perfect. His process is slow, deliberate, and always for your good. The waiting, the perseverance, the silent obedience, it has all been part of the plan. The divine investment that God has made in your life is priceless. The value of your journey, of your obedience, cannot be measured by the world's standards. The treasures you are building through this process are eternal. The quiet moments of obedience you have shown, the resilience you've developed, and the trust you've placed in God are all part of the preparation for the incredible things He has in store for you. When you look back on this time, you will see that every act of obedience, every moment of perseverance was not in vain. It was an investment into your future, an investment that will bear fruit in ways you cannot yet imagine. You may not see the immediate results of your perseverance and obedience, but rest assured God is working behind the scenes. He is taking everything you've been through and using it to shape you for your purpose. The delay, the waiting, the silence, it was all part of God's divine process. His work in you is not yet finished, and He is preparing you for something greater than you can see right now. The quiet moments of obedience, the times when you thought no one was watching, were the very moments when heaven was taking note. Every time you chose to trust, to obey, to keep going, when it felt like the world was against you, you were building a foundation that would carry you into your divine destiny. Your perseverance, your resilience, and your obedience are investments that will pay off in ways you can't yet comprehend. Keep trusting the process, keep walking in faith, and know that God is proud of the work He is doing in you. Your future is being shaped by every moment of obedience you've shown, and the harvest that will come from these small acts of faith will be greater than you can imagine. You have walked through seasons that felt like mere survival, but now, chosen one, you are stepping into a new chapter where God's promises will unfold before you. For so long it seemed like the road ahead was filled with obstacles, and the journey was marked by waiting, confusion, and doubt. But those silent years were not in vain. They were not wasted time. God has been preparing you for this very moment. Every challenge you faced, every tear you shed, every moment you felt like you were running on empty, those were the moments that were shaping you for something far greater than you could have imagined. The silent years, the times when it seemed like nothing was happening, were the exact preparation you needed for what is about to unfold in your life. What you might have thought were times of delay were actually God's divine timing, aligning everything perfectly for this season of fulfillment. You are no longer just surviving, trying to get by from day to day. You are entering a season where God is about to reveal His plans for you, and it's time for you to thrive in the purpose He has set before you. This is the moment when the harvest of your perseverance is about to manifest. Though the seeds you planted in silence may have seemed small or insignificant, they were being nurtured by God's hand, and now it's time for the fruit to appear. Every act of obedience, every quiet prayer, every time you chose faith over fear, even when the outcome was uncertain, has been building toward this season of fulfillment. You may have wondered if your efforts were in vain, if the work you did in the unseen was truly making a difference, but now you will see that nothing you have done has gone unnoticed by God. The waiting, the hardships, the quiet moments of trust, these were all necessary for you to grow, and now that growth is ready to bear fruit. The seeds you planted in faith are now ready to bloom, and God's blessings are about to pour out in ways that you never imagined. You are entering a season where the promises God made to you will no longer be a distant hope, but a present reality. The time of fulfillment has come, and you will begin to see the manifestation of the prayers you have whispered in the silence. The harvest is yours, and it will be far greater than anything you could have imagined. As you step into this new season, you are not just walking into a season of blessings, but into the fullness of your identity. You are ready now, chosen one, to walk in the authority and light that God has been preparing you for. Your perseverance, your faith, and your obedience have prepared you for this divine calling. You have been refined through the fire, and now you are ready to carry the light of God's love and purpose into the world. No longer will you walk in uncertainty or doubt about who you are or what you are called to do. Your identity has been solidified in the silence and the seasons of struggle and growth. God has been molding you into the person you are meant to be, and now you are ready to walk in the fullness of that identity. You are a vessel of His light, chosen to bring hope, love, and healing to those around you. As you step forward, you will do so with confidence, knowing that God has been with you every step of the way. Heaven is proud of you, chosen one. Your journey of perseverance has not been for nothing. It has been preparing you for the divine calling that is now unfolding in your life. You are not just a survivor. You are a conqueror, and you are walking in the fullness of the power and authority that God has placed in you. The road that once felt uncertain is now becoming clear. The pieces of your destiny are falling into place, and you are ready to walk into the promises that God has prepared for you. This is not just a season of blessings, it is a season of divine revelation. You are about to see the fullness of God's plan unfold before you, and the vision you once had in your heart will become a living reality. The harvest of your perseverance is not just about what you receive, but about what you are becoming. You are becoming the person God always intended you to be, and that transformation is the greatest blessing of all. As you walk forward, you will carry the light of God's love with you, and that light will shine brightly, illuminating the path for others to follow. Your journey has not been for nothing. It has been shaping you into a beacon of hope, a reflection of God's love, and a testimony of His faithfulness. You are entering a new season, chosen one, and it is a season of divine blessing and purpose. God has seen your faithfulness, and now He is rewarding you with the fulfillment of His promises. You are not just walking into blessings, but into the very purpose for which you were created. The silence, the waiting, the perseverance. These were all part of God's divine plan to shape you into the person who is now ready to walk in His light and authority. As you step forward, know that you are walking in the fullness of your identity and the power of God's calling on your life. Heaven is proud of you, and now is the time for you to walk boldly into the future that God has prepared for you. This is your season of fulfillment, chosen one. Walk confidently in the light of God's love and know that He is with you every step of the way. Chosen one, as you stand at the threshold of a new season, it's important to recognize the applause that has been echoing through heaven, though you may not have heard it. Heaven has been watching, not with loud declarations, but with quiet admiration for your faithfulness. Every step of obedience, every moment of perseverance, every time you chose to trust when doubt seemed overwhelming, those silent victories have been celebrated in the unseen realms. Heaven's applause is not the clamor of earthly crowds, but the deep, peaceful affirmation of a soul who has stayed faithful. In the stillness, you have been cheered on by angels, encouraged by the very heart of God. The peace you now feel is a reflection of that divine applause, a peace that comes from knowing that you have walked this journey with unwavering faith, even when no one else saw the struggle. The applause you receive from heaven is not loud, but it is eternal, resounding through time and space as a testament to your persistence, your trust, and your obedience. Now, chosen one, as you move forward, know that the best is still ahead. The foundation of your strength has already been laid, and you are ready to step into the fullness of your divine purpose. The road you've walked, though it may have been difficult, has prepared you for the incredible things that lie ahead. You are not the same person who began this journey. You have been shaped, refined, and strengthened by every trial. And now you are walking in a divine alignment that will guide you toward the destiny God has prepared for you. The waiting, the silence, the seasons of uncertainty were not in vain. They were the very soil in which your roots have grown deep, and now you are ready to rise. Keep walking, knowing that heaven is with you every step of the way. Trust that the path ahead is not one of confusion, but of divine clarity. God has gone before you, preparing the way, and now it's time for you to move forward with boldness and faith, knowing that every step you take is guided by His hand. As you continue this journey, remember that you are a living testimony of God's faithfulness. Your perseverance has not only shaped your own life, but will continue to inspire others. The strength you have gained, the faith you have held on to, and the victories you have won in silence are now part of your story, and your story has the power to change lives. You are a beacon of hope to those who are still walking through the darkness, showing them that it is possible to keep going even when the road is long and uncertain. Your faith will serve as a reminder to others that God's promises are true, that He is faithful to those who trust in Him, and that no season of hardship is ever wasted. Your journey is not just for you, it is for those who will be encouraged by the testimony of your perseverance. So I encourage you, chosen one, to share your journey with others. Declare your commitment to keep walking in faith, to continue trusting God, even when the road gets difficult. You are not alone in this, and by sharing your story, you invite others to join you in this walk of faith, to find their own strength and hope in God's promises. Keep walking, keep shining, and keep sharing the message of perseverance and divine faithfulness, for the world needs the light you carry. Heaven is applauding you, and the best is yet to come.